Jeff, White House lawyer Richard Sauber previously said that the documents were inadvertently misplaced and the president and his lawyers acted promptly upon discovering this mistake. But he hasn't explained why the White House waited 2 days to provide an update on the number of classified records found. And that's after facing criticism for waiting more than 2 months to acknowledge that first batch found at Biden's office. So what do you make of that?
Good morning, Diane. Well, with apologies for using an arcane legal principle, the White House and the White House lawyers are hamstrung up the wazoo in their ability to even find out the answers to a lot of these questions, let alone to state them publicly. Why is that? Well, as to the identities of the individuals who were responsible for packing up the vice president's office and what they found, who unpacked, who packed what file cabinet, they can't even ask those questions. Why is that? Because there's a criminal investigation going on. And for them to even reach out to get answers to many of these questions would subject them to the risk of being perceived as interfering with a criminal investigation, which has legal problems and political ones. So they are hamstrung in their ability to even find out the answers to some of these questions, let alone to state them publicly, and risk, by the way, making statements which prove later to be incomplete or inaccurate.
Jeff, Biden's personal lawyers that found some of these documents, they don't have security clearances themselves. So what does that tell you about how these documents were stored? And could that hurt the president in this case?
Well, it sure could. I mean, there's no doubt that there are legitimate questions, and many of them, about what happened here. On the other hand, it does seem, at least on the basis of what we know, as though people acted in a prudent way. When you had people lawyers going through and finding documents which looked on their face to be problematic, from all we know, they contacted the archives immediately, which is what they were supposed to have done. But sure, documents in garage next to Corvettes, it's a horrible look, and it may be worse than a horrible look. We simply don't know right now.
Jeff, how much is this a legal issue versus a political issue at this point?
It's largely a political issue. I mean, there is no evidence that anybody knows of, at least at the moment, that there was anything willful about the removal, willful about the retention, but the optics are dreadful. What has happened is, and what will continue to happen is this: Congress, Republican-controlled committees will demand documents that they know the Department of Justice can't turn over. The Department of Justice will say, as you know, as we know you know, we can't turn the documents over, and that will then generate cries that the Department of Justice is covering it up. So it is a political problem right now, more than a legal one, seemingly, and it's a serious political problem, no question about it.
Jeff, you've worked on Senate investigations in the past. Do you think we could see the president testify before Congress or the special counsel?
I actually tend to think that the president will have no choice but to agree to answer questions, at least by the special counsel. I doubt that he's going to appear before Congress, but my guess is that the better part of valor will be for him to answer questions about what he knew, if he knew anything about who unpacked what file cabinet and where what box went and how. But my guess is that he will be urged by his allies to answer questions by the special counsel, and that he'll agree to do it. To not agree to do it would generate political problems of a wholly different magnitude.
All right, Jeff Robbins, we appreciate your analysis as always. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.